Welcome to Hello English Teacher. Today let's look at some important points from the chapter A Letter to God, Class 10. The author of this chapter is G.L. Fuentes. So now let's look at the detailed summary. The story is set in a rural area and is about a simple and hard-working farmer called Lencho. Now Lencho's house is the only one in the valley situated on a low hill. That means there were no other houses in that vicinity. So his house was the only house that was located in that valley. So now let's look at the main characters in the story. So we already know about Lencho the farmer. So he is the protagonist. Protagonist means the main character in the story. Now the next character is the postmaster, who is a very kind man. He is also very helpful and plays an important role in the story. Now the other characters are the post office employees who help the postmaster in his efforts. So the main characters are Lencho, the postmaster, and the post office employees. So now let's look at the summary. So expectations of rain. Now Lencho is a farmer. So he is eagerly waiting for rain as his crops need water to grow. Now he grows corn in his field. So he is eagerly waiting for rains to come so that he get a good harvest. He is hopeful and confident that the rain will come soon. So now let's look at the summary. We know that Lencho is a farmer and he was looking for rains. So the rain starts. Now when the rain starts, he was really happy and his whole family also became happy. But there was a change. Something happened suddenly. What was that? The rain turns into a destructive hailstorm. What's a destructive hailstorm? Hailstorm is something where there is heavy rain and hailstones start falling. What is hailstone? It is pieces of ice which are very destructive. So they start falling and this totally destroys Lencho's crops. So the hailstorm completely destroys his crop and his family, and Lencho was totally in despair. Despair means they were very sad, they were full of sorrow because his livelihood was at stake. Was at stake means was in danger. That means he would not be able to make a living or earn any money. Now, despite the destruction, Lencho remains hopeful and has unwavering faith in God. So, what happened? Even though he lost his crops totally, he remains hopeful. He had a lot of hope because he had this unwavering faith in God. That means his faith in God was so strong that he believed that something good will really happen to him. So, what is meant by unwavering? Unwavering means unshakable. So, you cannot shake his faith. So, though in despair, he had only one hope. What was that? His faith in God. So, Lencho decides to write a letter to God asking for 100 pesos to reseed his fields and support his family. So, his unwavering faith, made him to write a letter to God asking for help. And what did he ask? He wanted 100 pesos to buy the seeds so that he could reseed his fields. So he goes to the post office to mail the letter so that he was very confident that God will really help him after reading his letter. Pesos is a monetary unit of Latin American countries. So we saw how Lencho wrote a letter to God and posted it. Now the postmaster who found the letter was actually amused by the letter and he was also moved by the farmer's faith. Why he was amused? Because first thing is on the envelope he had written to God and he was also moved. That means he was really feeling so excited by feeling that how a farmer can write a letter to God and look at his faith. See, the strong faith made him write a letter to God. So what does he do? He decides to help Lencho by collecting money from his colleagues and also contributing by a part of his own salary. He wanted to keep that faith of Lencho intact. Okay, he did not want to break Lencho's faith in God, so that's why he decided to help Lencho. So after talking to his colleagues, what did he do? They managed to collect about 70 pesos and put the money in an envelope addressed to Lencho and signed God. So what happened? They collected 70 pesos, put it in an envelope, and they signed it as God, as if he wanted to make it look like as if God had sent the money after receiving Lencho's letter. So Lencho receives the envelope with the money but becomes very angry after counting it. He really knew that God will reply, but he became angry when he counted the money. He believed that the post office employees had stolen 30 pesos from the amount requested. He had asked for 100, he received only 70. So he thought that the 30 pesos were stolen by the people in the post office. So Lencho writes another letter to God asking him to send the remaining money directly and not through the post office, which he calls a bunch of crooks. So, what is that? He did not want God to send it through the post office because he believed that the 30 pesos had been stolen by the people in the post office. So we come to know about Lencho's faith and innocence. So his unwavering faith in God and his innocent belief that God will directly send him money, and the humanity and the generosity of the postmaster, because the postmaster and his employees act of kindness and empathy towards Lencho's plight. So I hope you liked today's video. For more interesting and informative videos, subscribe to Hello English Teacher. Thank you for watching.